If you've ever seen an X-ray or a CAT scan, you've had a chance to look inside the human body. But there's an inside look that reveals more than you'd ever imagine. Hey, welcome to Mornings with Bishop Robert. Thanks for joining me in the midst of the mess. I'm grateful you're here. My goal is to introduce people to the Jesus they never knew, and then help them get to know him and his word personally and better. So if what we speak about this morning touches your heart, I want to invite you to please like this video, subscribe, and then I also want to ask, would you share it with a friend? You know, the capabilities of modern medicine to visualize the inside of our bodies is astounding. We've come a long way since the accidental discovery of the X-ray around the turn of the 20th century. Today, about 75 million people a year get a computed tomography or a CT scan. It combines X-rays with computer imaging, slicing the body into minute cross-sections, then displaying them on a computer screen. But when your doctor needs to get down to the molecular level, though, a PET scan will be ordered. Now, PET stands for positron emission tomography. And because it can identify individual molecules, a PET scan can measure metabolism, blood flow, and even the level of oxygenation in the blood. But image fusion gives your doctor the ability to superimpose the CT scan over the PET scan, giving your medical team an incredibly effective eye into your body's minutest operations. And none of that even comes close to what today's verse tells us. I, the Lord, search all hearts and examine secret motives. King David's prayer to God, inviting him to search his heart, is recorded for us in Psalm 139. He asked God, "Search me, O God, know my heart. Try me and know my anxious thoughts, and see if there be any hurtful way in me, and lead me into life everlasting." God is the heart searcher. More powerful and comprehensive than any medical scan, he sees the state of our heart, knowing our very thoughts, motives, and intentions. Constant, his scan of our heart never ceases. He always knows up to the microsecond the status of our innermost being. He says, I, the Lord, search all hearts. This isn't some functional evaluation of our body's pump. It's an examination of our moral state, revealing every invisible element of our soul and spirit. He knows each person in creation with that same incredible clarity and depth. He who searches all hearts sees the spirit of all creation, human and angelic. There's no use in offering any phony prayer to him, the one who searches our hearts. Any pretended piety is unmasked before him. There's no way to fool God, even if we manage to fool ourselves. And that's the value of King David's prayer. It'd be another 500 years or so before the prophet Jeremiah would write it. But David already knew that our hearts are desperately wicked and deceitful above all things. He knew his heart could soar to the heavens on praises of God's immense glory. But he also knew it was capable of luring him to the deepest and vilest depths, making him capable of lust, adultery, lies, and murder. David knew. And if we're honest, so do you and I. Our hearts may deceive us and can even convince us of many things that are in opposition to God's word. But those things are traps, and they'll lead us to death as surely as unchecked cancer. Your deceitful heart may just convince you that your spouse is no longer lovable, that divorce is the best option. It's not. Your desperately wicked heart might convince you that your same-sex relationships are not destroying your very capacity to enjoy true love in a healthy, righteous manner. But that too is a lie. Yet even when our own hearts deceive us, God searches our hearts, reveals our secret motives, and can lead us from darkness to light, from death to life. Not only can he see if there be any hurtful way hiding within you, he's able to lead you into everlasting life. You know, you never want to hear your oncologist report you have cancer. But if he must say those 3 words, you want the next words out of his mouth to be, but we caught it very early and we can treat it. Catching sin's seeds early, before they take deep root in your heart, that's how you want to deal with it. God searches our hearts and reveals all. So give it all to him. Invite his examination. Listen to his diagnosis. The greatest value in a physical examination is to identify issues before they become life-threatening. This is why King David counseled his son Solomon and told him, serve God willingly, with a whole heart and a whole mind. The prescription of the great physician is to seek him, to serve him with a whole heart. If you seek him, he will let you find him. When your heart decides to seek God, he will lead you. He'll give you the due reward of seeking him. That's the goal of the heart searcher. God is searching for hearts that will yield to him, and he will reward them with himself. His very presence living within your heart, bringing life and health and wholeness and purity. But for those who refuse to seek him, they too will receive their due rewards. The ones who seek from God will find him. Those who insist their way is proper and right, in spite of his word, will be allowed to pursue that, even if it eats them from the inside out. Due rewards. Yeah, here's the full verse for today. I, the Lord, search all hearts and examine secret motives. I give all people their due rewards, according to what their hearts deserve. By far the best image fusion is to allow his image, pure and holy, to overlay ours, to bring his heart within us, conforming us to his image. That process does more than report the status of a scan. It changes and it heals from within. And the heart searcher knows precisely where and how to do it. We've come to the end of our time this morning. Before you go, could I ask you to help me introduce people to the Jesus they never knew and help them get to know him personally and better? I'd ask you, please like this video. It does help more people see it. Then click follow and subscribe, or click the notification bell, and we'll see one another every day. Hey, one more thing. Share this video with a friend, would you? Because as you do, that makes you part of the team, touching hearts all over the world with the love of Jesus. Thanks for helping.